Oh, let's see if she'll yield to this. This is Gypsy here. We got our little 2-year-old. Let's see if she'll yield to the pressure. There we go. Well, it's not really walk forward, but she does put her head down for us. She does still try to kind of walk all over you too. She's kind of an in your space kind of horse. We got to work on that. Not asking you to walk to me. We're working on when you lead her from the barn or to her turnouts or anywhere where you lead her to let her give you your space. She's kind of bad at it, as you see. She wants to hug you and stay in your shoulder like she's the bullfighter. It's not really a lunge, but okay. If that's what you feel comfortable with. Whatever it takes to get them comfortable. She's 2. She's been handled quite a bit, so she's not real nervous of a lot of things. The biggest thing we're going to need to work on with her is giving you your space and kind of not walking all over you. As you see, she wants to come to me for everything, which is good if I'm her safe place. She's just got to learn she can't walk over me. Well, she's not too bothered by any of it. She's doing good, so we'll give the relief and move on to something else. Back. Stay. Work on getting her to come on. Go. Trying to get her to move and stay further away from me, so she'll start learning some space. There you go. Move out. Move out. No. Reach out. I get a little bit of the whoosh going. We've kind of got her to where she quit trying to run us over and walk to us for everything. Kind of got to keep her pushed back and kind of teach her to stay out of your space so you're not getting ran over and eventually could turn into a big accident. So anything we can do to avoid that. So you kind of just work on keeping her pushed back away from you until she kind of gives you your space. No. And she's kind of starting to get that. She was a little pushy with it at first and wanted to just keep walking through you and run you over. so she's not too bothered by anything. We'll just keep doing a little bit. My goal is to do this without her coming forward any. Keeping our space. So far she's good. She did kick at me a few times when I put the stick here in her kind of flank area to kind of get her butt away from me when she's running around me. So we'll work on that too. There she goes. She's licking her lips and chewing. But she's comfortable. She knows we're not hurting her. Alright, so we'll move on to something else now. Let's try the rope. Alright, we got our rope again. Kind of get it adjusted here. And we're just going to kind of do some touching her with it. It's kind of the area right there. If you hit her with a stick, she kicked out. So let's hit her with a bunch of the rope. I'm not saying hit. For those of you PETA people out there who's going to try to say I'm an animal abuser, I'm not hitting, it's tapping. But, you know, for a better choice of words. As you can tell, I'm not really hitting the horse. We're rubbing and tapping. Nothing that's hurt. And the reason in the tapping is to make that sound. That's what they really need to get used to. Well, it touches them and that sound, and that really desensitizes them to the rope. So just rub it all over her. And then we're just going to kind of play with it in front of her. Let her kind of see that, you know, it moves around, it twirls. Let her hear the noises. Let her hear that swish like she kind of heard from the whip. Throw it out. Let her see that happen a few times. Try to keep it out of the poo there. I'll even throw it over her head, and she's good with it. As long as she can see. Rip it back, make that little good noise. Really, the only thing I think that's going to be the hardest part, and it's not even going to be hard, she's pretty much good with anything. I think the hardest part with her is just kind of going to be letting her know that you need your space. But so far, she's a jam up little filly. Nothing's spooking her or bothering her. I think she might turn into be a really good rope horse here one day. There you go. Don't bother you a bit, does it? So another one we'll try. Put a little pressure on her butt with a rope. Yeah, it's a breakaway rope. If anything got too crazy or hostile, this thing will just pop off. We'll just keep doing that till we get that out of her. She'll learn that this ain't really no big deal. And get it tucked back up there, put a little more pressure. There we go, that's all it took. She's coming to the pressure, she's not kicking up. I say that. Still kind of kicking at it. Let's kind of get it back up there. It's wrapped around her tail a little, that might be some of the issue. Let's get it off. Reset, we're going to keep a little more pressure on her. Keep her going. See, I think we might. She's through trying to kick it off, it looks like. She's not too bothered by it. She was never mean about it. It was just, how can I get this off? And that's pretty much every horse's reaction the first couple times this is done. Some are way worse. Had some actually snap the breakaway. Oh, there we go. A little more. And she kind of got it off there. So we'll do it again. I said it's not like she's being horrible about it. And this is just teaching them pressure. That's all this is. This is, if you get them good with pressure like this, if say her back feet got stuck in something, she's going to remain calm. She's not going to freak out, tear half your fence down, or go slice her legs open so bad. Obviously, I'd hate to say barbed wire, because around here we don't use barbed wire other than our cow pen that our horses never get anywhere near. But we use all slick wire. If we have to use wire, we try not to use wire at all. But if you do have barbed wire, and there's a lot of people in Texas that do, and they get caught in it, desensitizing them to this kind of stuff right here will save you vet bills and sometimes just really crippling your horse for life. We'll do it another time or two, and then we'll stop, and we'll do this every day for a few days, and until she's good with this, and she'll just run around here with it on and never bat an eye at it. Well, she's kind of learned she can kick it off pretty easy, so we'll keep it looser and maybe not so pressured up. Let's see what happens. As long as it's not too tight, she's fine with it, which is good. I mean, obviously anything too tight back there is gonna bother them, so. But you do want to kind of pull tight and kind of teach them a little bit of pressure and see how they handle it. Yep. Another thing we can do over here, we got the handy dandy rope. Let's kind of rub around that flank area, where the girth's gonna go. See how she handles that. Now they say she's actually been saddled before, and she did good with it. But we're gonna go through all the steps and check just in case. And there we go. We got us a flanked bucking horse. There you go. Get it out. It ain't gonna bother you. It ain't gonna hurt you. There you go. A lot better with that flank area now. Huh? Speak too soon sometimes. Seemed like it was going better. Well, she's got a pretty good little butt. Definitely not something we want to encourage when we start riding her. That's why you do all this stuff first. Get them to where, that fill don't hurt me. That ain't gonna bother me. Now she's kind of starting to move in on me like she was earlier, which is not something we want. Just want to keep that light. Keep it rubbed light there. That's where your back cinch is going to go, so they got to be able to take that. And obviously we'll use a shorter rope on this for getting her ready for the saddle 100%. It'll be a little easier to keep in place. This is just kind of pre-testing of the waters here. I want you to quit moving with me. You just stand still. I'll do my best to keep it kind of tightened up. Shorten up our rope a little bit. And you back away from me. Alright. We'll do this for another couple of days. We'll start using a shorter rope and try to get all that out of her. And thank y'all for watching this video.